Hey everybody, welcome back to a brand new episode of Two Greats and a Hate. I hope you all have had a great week. I want to thank y'all again for making the first video so successful. We have reached actually, I believe, about 4,000 people now who have viewed the video, and that's humbling, and we're really excited here at CMG to see that. So yesterday I did a teaser video for the hate. We'll get to that in a moment. But first of all, for the greats. So what I think is pretty fantastic right now, our very first great. So great number one is going to be Facebook. Believe it or not, they had a pretty awful day this last week and their stocks plunged. I believe Mark Zuckerberg lost like $19 billion of his fortune. How is that great, do you say? Well, what I'm hoping is that Facebook sees that they are indeed mortal, and that as they move forward, they will start to change their algorithm a little bit to go back to before comments and conversations. I think this is a great example for them to see that businesses are how they make money. People advertising is their only product. And so losing $20 billion, I'm assuming it's gonna make for a perfectly horrible weekend for Mark Zuckerberg, but for the rest of us who are either advertising agencies or small business owners, I think it's going to make for a pretty great opportunity to get in on Facebook advertising and actually have it be a little more successful when it comes to the organic part of the reach. This week's great number two, we're going to talk about another partnership, and that is between Sears and Amazon. I think it's just fantastic when companies who are pretty much done for reinvent themselves and partner with other companies who are doing amazing things. Amazon, obviously, whether you like them or hate them, whether you love Jeff Bezos or not, he is doing some amazing things and has gotten some top talent to work for him that is coming up with some innovative ideas. Sears, not so much. Sears and Kmart have been on the decline for some time, but Sears signing, basically a contract with Amazon for their tire stores to be the sole, basically provider of tires and tire services for Amazon. What a fantastic move. It may mean that we no longer see clothing departments at Sears, but I don't know if you've been in a Sears clothing department lately. There's like no one there. So hopefully what they're seeing, and they are analyzing all these numbers and they're saying, you know what, this part of our business isn't working anyway. Let's see what we can do to partner with a company that can take us in to the next century. Certainly, if there's a company out there that can do that, it would be Amazon. Okay. This week's hate, the one that made it to number one. We talked about three of them yesterday. Certainly the other two may end up coming back into play in the future, but it's going to be billboards that have more words on them than a book. I've seen a couple examples this last week of actually good billboards. I'm going to give you one. I was traveling with my wife and we saw a billboard that was for a childhood optometrist. And basically it had the words that were, it was blurred. It was like 5 words. I didn't count them, but something about this is not normal. And then it had a phone number, so it had a point of contact, and it had the pictures of the two doctors. Fantastic billboard. They are playing right to their P1 demographic, which is going to be parents, and really talking to their children about, hey, are you having problems seeing? And timeliness, you don't get any better coming into school. So bravo to them. I also saw a couple of billboards this week that were literally eye charts. I couldn't tell you who they were for. They had 1 or 2 small pictures and the rest of it were literally sentences. And I'll tell you, I pay attention to billboards, part of what I do. So if I'm paying attention to billboards and I don't know who the heck you are and I can't tell you which company it was for, that means that you just wasted thousands of dollars, potentially tens of thousands of dollars, depending on how long you have that billboard up for. A billboard should be a concise message. Another example of a great billboard in our area right now is one for Bontrager Pools. It basically has someone diving into a pool that's been cut out, so it's a transparent background, and it just says dive right in. There's one actually right over near us at one of their locations, and it has a guy diving into the store basically. Fantastic use of creative. That actually is Todd Allen Design here in the area, who I know, and he is a fantastic person, number one, but he also is just a real creative genius. And those are the types of things that set those types of companies apart. So that's the hate this week, folks. And you also already got our two greats. So please feel free to share this.